Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm back with the topic coordination and response in the plants. In the previous our lessons, we have discussed the same mechanism, the coordination in response or coordination in control with the respective of animals and human, in which we have discussed that how an animal or a human respond towards the stimuli, and this characteristic is known as sensitivity because we sense something which has changed and we have an ability to respond towards it. And there's a proper coordinating mechanism in our body how we are responding. That is the coordination. Like we have discussed in the nervous system chapter, we have discussed in the hormone chapter, right? And this sensitivity characteristic is a very main characteristic of a living organism, Mrs. Grin, if you remember. So, plants are also living organisms and they are also sensitive to certain factors. They also have a property to receive the stimuli, the change, to receive the change which has occurred in their surrounding or inside their body and respond towards it. So today we are going to discuss this mechanism in the chapter coordination and response in the plants. These are the learning objectives, what we are going to focus on. Before going into that, what kind of changes or what kind of stimulus can occur on the plant towards they respond to, right? Towards which they respond to. Have you ever thought that the stem, why they are always growing in the presence of the sunlight? Why the roots are going towards the gravity underground, or downward? Even if you put the seed in a damp cotton or in a water, if they are not in the soil, you will notice that the root is always growing in a downward direction and the shoot is going to in the upward direction, right? In the presence of light, whether it's the artificial light, whether it's the natural light. Wh- what is the reason behind it? How come they are responding towards this? And there are certain plants, they have a sensitivity of touch. Like there are some plants who have vines, they crawl or they climb over a certain surface जिसको उर्दू में हम बेल कहते हैं, like the money plant or strawberry plant. They have a property to crawl over a certain surface. They climb over it, right? And there are certain plants as well who respond towards the touch, like there's a plant known as touch me not. If you touch them, they close their leaflets. Sunflower is another example. They are sensitive to the light, to the sunlight. You have seen why the sunflower is known as the sunflower, because they move in the direction of the sun. So these are actually the responses or senses which are done by the plants. So what this chapter is going to cover, you will study, describe gravitropism as a response in which the parts of the plant grow towards or away from the gravity. Means one response is known as gravitropism. Then you will study about the phototropism, a response in which the part of a plant grows towards or away from the light, means another stimuli. Then there is again, plants are living creatures. They also have a proper hormone or endocrine system. So there is a hormone known as auxin, which helps in the growth of the plant, which helps in the elongation of the plant. And how do they work? Uh, your understanding about the auxin, examiner says, should be based on these 4 points. Auxin is made in the shoot tip. Oxygen spreads through the plant from the shoot tip. Oxygen is unequally distributed in the response to light and gravity. Oxygen stimulates cell elongation. And the fourth point is investigate gravitropism and phototropism in the shoots and the root. So this chapter has three parts. Number one, tropism. Tropism means the response towards the light or the gravity, right? Number two, the action of the oxygen in the cell elongation. And number three, the investigations. This chapter has a major investigative questions which are important for your ATP and P1 and P2 as well. Uh, Means you can expect that this chapter um, will be the part of P1, P2, or P4, right? So let's discuss our point number one. That was tropism. Now, what is tropism? A growth or a turning point or turning movement towards or away from the stimulus. Hmm. Okay, so what is tropism? A growth or a turning movement towards or away from the stimulus. You know what is stimulus. In plants, the stimuli is the plural of stimulus, usually are light, gravity, chemical, touch, water, etc. Because plants do not locomote, but they do move. They show their movement by the growth, by the certain bending in a certain angle, or giving a certain type of response towards these factors. So, yes, due to which the plant responds growth or show movement. This is tropism. Like, for example, shoot growing towards the light. Mimosa plant closes its leaves when someone touches it. You can see in this picture, this one. So, if the person touches the plant, and you can see how it has closed its leaflets because it is sensitive to the touch. And this plant is known as mimosa plant. This is mimosa plant. And the common name of the mimosa plant is touch me not, जिसको उर्दू में हम छुई मुई भी कहते हैं. Hmm. Okay, after a while, they don't stay like this for a long time. Like after 15 or 20 minutes, they are back to their original position or original shape. Okay, in another picture, you can see how these shoots are bending towards the light source. They are responding towards the light. They are bending or they're following the light, right? So their direction of the growth as well, or they are making a certain angle towards the light source. This is the stimulus of light. This is a response towards the light. This is tropism. Okay, so tropism, which is in your syllabus, there are certain type of responses, but in your syllabus there are two type of tropism: phototropism and gravitropism. Photo means light, tropism means you are responding or the growth, and gravitropism, the growth, gravi means gravity, and tropism means the growth, right? So the growth towards the gravity and the growth towards the light. There are two types of tropism. Now, phototropism. The shoot must grow upward, away from gravity and towards the light, so that the leaves are able to absorb sunlight. Because shoots have leaves have chloroplast, and they have chlorophyll. They have a property to do the photosynthesis. In order to do the photosynthesis, they need the light, right? So they have to grow towards the sunlight or any light source. That's why they have a property to move towards the light. So this is known as phototropism. If the shoots are going towards the light, this is known as positive phototropism. And they are going away from the gravity, that is known as negative gravitropism, right? Positive phototropism means they are going towards the light. and negative, and they are going against the gravity, so that is negative gravitropism. Okay. Vice versa, if we go towards gravitropism, roots need to grow downward into the soil, away from the light and towards the gravity in order to anchor. Now, what is the function of the root? See, they helps in the plant to anchor, they helps to absorb the water because they will follow the water. Just like the shoot was following the light, the root has to follow the water. That's why they are very much sensitive to the gravity, in order to anchor the plant and absorb water and minerals from the soil particles. So roots show now. Roots are growing towards the gravity, that is positive gravitropism, and they are growing away from the light, that is negative phototropism. Away from the roots growing away from the light, negative phototropism. Towards the gravity, positive gravitropism. Right? Plants growing away from the gravity, negative gravitropism. But they are going towards the light, so positive phototropism. You need to understand how we are using the term positive and negative with these two phenomena. Okay. All right. And just to summarize this in a tabular form, stimulus is gravity and the response is gravitropism, sometimes also known as geotropism. Definition is the growth towards or away from the gravitational pull, that is gravitropism. It is if it's going towards the gravity, that is positive response. If it's growing away from the gravity, that is negative response. Shoots show this type of negative response. Okay. Now, if the stimulus is light, the response name is phototropism, the growth towards or away from the light source. And if it's growing towards the light, it is positive response. Example is shoot. And if they are growing away from the light, that is known as negative response. That is, examples are the root.